Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Peter Palmer podcast, where we attempt to read every issue of Stan Lee's The Amazing Spider-Man comic books week by week, so you can be a Spider-Man expert as well. My name is Mike, and with me, as per usual, is my co-host,
Samantha. Sammie. Don't call me that,
I was gonna
please.
say, you thought you didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know what possessed me just then.
No, that is your full name.
It is my
It
full
says that
name.
on your degree behind you.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
There you go.
Snuck up on me, my degree.
This week's episode is brought to you by Sammie's wardrobe, where we're recording this episode.
Yep. Yeah, I keep my degree in my wardrobe. Don't ask about that.
I mean, it's a pretty big wardrobe.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like Bender's wardrobe in that episode of Futurama, where it's just
It's-
like a standing space.
Yeah, this wardrobe's the size of some people's rooms.
I guess, yeah, it's about the size of Harry Potter's room in the original film.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Except higher roof, probably, because his had a staircase above
Well, I
it.
mean, if you got rid of, like, the, like, racks and stuff, it'd be... Because, like, it would open up this whole space.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think it's about the size of Harry Potter's room. That's what I'm going to say for scale.
I reckon it's bigger. It's definitely bigger. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Definitely. Anyway, but that's pointless. We're speaking about stuff that doesn't matter to the podcast. Hello and welcome everyone. We already said that.
We
but,
did.
How are you
It's the
this
season
week?
finale this week. I'm
Yeah.
good, I suppose.
You suppose.
I'm ready for this Gatekeeper saga to be over. We're in the underground now, preparing.
Wait, you just
For,
said we were in my wardrobe.
Yeah, we're in your wardrobe underground.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We built a bunker, remember?
Yeah, that's true. I forgot.
Yeah, we've been down here for a week, so
Yeah.
yeah, we've just been
'Cause
preparing.
I went shopping in the netherworld. Because
Yeah.
like halfway down to the center of the earth, if you didn't know this, that's where like hell is. And then there's this really cool shop called
There's
Netherworld.
a whole
That's like
civilization in the middle
Civilization.
of the earth that you wouldn't realize.
yeah, everyone's really nice down here. It's really hot, but there's got like really cool like punk clothing down here. So I bought a bunch, and that's why we're in my wardrobe because I bought so much stuff. It's really
Yeah.
cheap too. The conversion rate's really good.
It's true. That's where all the side characters are at the moment. They're out shopping. That's why French Mike, Robot Sammie, and Tom Holland aren't here.
Yeah, they're doing like Stranger Things
I
season.
hope they're
3.
not getting weapons.
Yeah, I mean weapons are very
'Cause
readily
they're
available
all very
here.
violent people, aren't they?
Yeah.
People and
We
robots.
should have thought about that because remember that time we walked past that weapon shop and then they were all like looking at it like,
They're like, ooh, I hope I can get one of those.
yeah. We
Yeah.
just laughed thinking it was
And like,
funny.
oh, that's funny because the other Tom Holland would do that. And he's like, what other Tom Holland?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Anyways, what's movie segment time?
This is the movie segment with Sammie and Mike. This is the movie segment. Hanging tight, my boy.
I started Legion season 2 and it's
You
just
did? How?
huh?
I
Oh,
thought
I
you
watched
didn't have
I'm
it.
watching it on iTunes.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's just as good as Legion season 1 so far. I'm only like 3 or 4 episodes in, and the cinematography is like I thought it was good on season 1, but it's like heaps like more. I don't know. It's like more than what it was. Yeah. So it's like if you haven't seen it, you should. It's about a mutant who discovers that he's got a parasite in his head, and it's not just schizophrenia. It's pretty cool. It's about much more than that. But yeah, anyway, the cinematography and the editing style and like the storytelling like method is really interesting and trippy and cool. And they like take that and push it even further in a good way in the second season. And I'm loving it so far. Audrey Plaza's so good. Jermaine Clement's in it. And they have even more surreal dance scenes, which speaks to my little soul.
Like I said, Aubrey Plaza's good. Jeremy Clement's in it. He's not. He's not as good.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying like he's kind of like a unicorn to me, Jermaine Clement. He's like amazing and like I don't know.
Okay.
I see him as like a godly figure amongst
Do you like
us.
his songs?
Yes. Flight of the Conchords.
It's business time. Remember that one?
Yes.
And
Anyway.
what's that one where it's like, I'm the hip hoppopotamus, my rhymes are bottomless. And then that's the end of the verse.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Because my rhymes are bottomless and then he stops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the joke.
Yeah, I
I
know.
thought it was pretty good.
It's pretty funny. We just killed the joke. We just literally killed it.
I've never seen Flight of the Conchords, but I've heard their songs.
It's.
I have season 1 somewhere.
I haven't seen it too, but I've also only heard the song. So there you go.
Taika Waititi directed those, some of them.
Why titty?
Excuse you.
You're excused.
Any other films?
Films.
Any other things?
I'm trying to think. I've been. No, not actually. Let me check my letterbox because there's something I actually wanted to discuss.
Okay.
That I saw on there.
I'll rattle through the first few movies on this list because they get better as they go along, I guess. Oh, sure. I rewatched SHAZAM last week. That was pretty good. We've already talked about it a few times on the show.
Yeah, we have.
Probably like 4 times because I watched it twice and you watched it twice at separate times. Oh no, we watched it together the first time. Then we saw it separate the other 2 times. So we've talked about it 3 times on the podcast.
Sans Undertale.
Yeah, the villain is Sans Undertale. I like that movie. I think the first half kind of stumbles around a bit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It feels a bit sloppy, but almost in like an endearing way where it's like
Definitely.
a low-budget director's given all this money and it's kind of like you can see the imperfections. It's not like a director that's really honed his craft yet.
Yeah.
So it's kind of endearing in that aspect, you know.
Yeah.
There's
for
really
sure.
ugly drone shots in it.
Oh,
Do you notice
God.
those?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
As soon as it cuts to like Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm just like.
And he uses
what?
that font I use in
Yeah.
Adobe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the exact font.
It's so
And
funny.
it's yeah, like drone footage. Like I remember in the theater especially, you can see like the pixels of the.
But you can just see how it's different from the rest of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks.
And it's like super wide angle as well. It looks
Yeah.
really weird. That's not really a flaw of the movie, I guess. It's just yeah. And the song during that scene too is really weird. Like it doesn't really fit. Would you agree with that?
No, definitely.
Every time I watch it, I'm like, this should be like a score.
Yeah.
Where it cuts to Billy Batson and he's like, hey cops, come in here. And then he tricks them.
Yeah, no,
And it's
I
like,
definitely know what you're talking about. Yeah,
bam.
it's like super like, what the fuck? What is this?
Yeah, it doesn't fit at all to me.
No.
Like I imagine that scene with like a score going like dum dum dum, and then when he punks them, it's like dum 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 dum. You know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would work a lot better. And so it's like really loud, annoying pop music, which doesn't really fit the Billy Batson character either
No.
to me. Anyway, that's my main observation about Shazam.
Thank you.
I think it hits a point like around the middle of it where the rest of it's like really, really good. Would you say so?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember it hit a point where like the rest of it was like, this is good, this is good, this is good.
I need to rewatch it.
It's one of those movies where it's just like it's good, and it's fine just being good.
Yeah.
It doesn't strive to be the best thing you've ever seen. It's no Avengers Endgame, you know. It's not like trying to be a big event.
Avengers Endgame.
I think we said this last time where it feels like there's 2000s superhero movies where it's just like, you know, it's a movie. It just wanted to be a movie.
Yeah, it's just like it wasn't trying to be anything else than exactly what it needed to be.
Zachary, Levi, what it was trying to be.
Yeah, exactly.
We watched The World's End.
Oh, that's right.
last week.
I was actually gonna bring that up.
Okay,
So,
bring
yeah.
it up.
We watched The
Bring her
World's
up.
End, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I did when I first watched it. Maybe because I was sleepy, or maybe because I didn't want to watch it really that much. But it's okay. Besides the point, I still really like it. It's a good film. It's one of. I remember when I first watched it, I was like, I love this.
People have really turned around on that film now, because I remember when it first came out, everyone was a bit like, yeah, it's good, but yeah. But everyone's like, it's the best Edgar Wright film now.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard that a lot recently.
It's really good. Like,
I think
don't
it just
get
gets
me
to a
wrong.
point where it's like cool to like the one that's,
Underdog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of get that. I think it's the most like, not deep, but like has the most like complex
Emotional
like
depth.
emotional themes
Yeah.
and stuff.
Definitely.
Because
It's quite sad.
Shaun of the Dead has sad bits too.
Yeah.
There's a bit where he has to kill his mother.
Yeah.
You remember that bit?
Yeah.
It was sad.
Yeah.
But World's End is it's like
It's sad in other ways.
It's midlife
yeah.
crisis. The movie.
It's like sad in ways that
Well, like he's stuck in the past, and all his friends aren't stuck in the past, but they've stagnated. You know,
exactly, and then
it's
like
really
no
just
one,
depressing.
no one really enjoys where they are at life or thinks that they've like achieved anything. It's like quite sad, yeah. So a really bleak outlook on like adulthood and adult life,
Yeah.
and like, yeah, it's quite sad.
And the main character's really unlikable,
yeah,
which is different to his other movies. I think that's what put a lot of people off when it came out.
Yeah.
Because the Simon Pegg character is really unlikable, but on purpose, obviously.
yeah, of course. But I love blue doll aliens getting their heads
Yeah, the effects and the action scenes are so good.
like taken off and shit. That's fun.
All the effects in that bathroom scene are so seamless.
I know, they're so good, and that fight scene is just like so good. Like the way
Yeah.
it's like choreographed, and like I don't know. I just think I really enjoy it. So
It's good.
I
Excited for Edgar Wright's next film.
yes, Last Night in Soho.
hmm
I've been following it very closely on Instagram a lot.
He did a little AMA on Twitter the other day.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Or just, no one really asked him about Last Night in Soho because they were like, other things, because you're Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
But the most interesting one I thought was someone asked him if he'd seen Ant-Man, and he said nah.
Huh.
But the closest he's got to seeing it is someone watched it on a plane next to him once, so he saw like a little bit.
Wait, do you think that person purposely put it on, knowing that they were sitting next to Edgar Wright?
Maybe, I don't know.
That's kind of sad, isn't it? Like, imagine if you just stood sitting
No,
next
they wouldn't
to
do that.
Edgar Wright. You're like, I know what movie I want to put on Ant-Man.
It seems like it would have just been an accident because
Yeah.
it's a Marvel movie.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm sure on planes they have all the Marvel
they
movies.
do. Yeah.
So yeah, and Edgar Wright would go on planes all the time,
Mm.
doing stuff. Any other movies from your end? I watched a lot, so
Personally, didn't watch anything more than what I said, but I did see in Letterboxd. Thomas, I know you're listening, so I'm talking to you directly now. That you watched the Neon Genesis Evangelion movie.
it's a movie.
And in your review, you said that your favorite anime is Gurren Lagann. And I just want to say that's so cool because that was like, probably still is, honestly, one of my favorite animes of all time. And I see you, buddy. I see you. That's really cool. And I liked your review. I need to get around to watching Neon Genesis Evangelion. So I've downloaded it from the internet legally. So
It's on
definitely.
Netflix, dude. You don't need to.
No, but then it's the like Netflix version
What does that mean?
because they changed like stuff in it. And
Oh.
yeah.
I thought Patrick told me that they put the proper versions up, so I trusted him.
Oh no, I'm going to watch the one that you gave me. You gave me a version.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, on that hard drive.
I didn't even know I had it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to end up watching that. But yeah, no, Thomas said in his advice, other listeners, that you should watch episodes. Let me bring it up. I've got it up here. If you're going to watch it, the anime, watch episodes 1 to 24 and then the film. That's called The End of
It
Evangelion.
was like Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
I still haven't watched that either.
No, me neither.
Too much animes.
I've watched all of Attack on Titan now. Not season 3, just season 1 and 2. So no, I haven't watched all of it, but I've been enjoying that too. So it's I can understand why a lot of people really like that anime.
They've made live action movies of all these, and they're really bad from what I've seen.
Yeah, well, I've been reading Death Note too. That's
Yeah.
one thing.
That
I've
one
been
has
reading
Willem
the
Dafoe
manga.
in it.
Yeah, well, you know what? You know what that movie did to me? Now, whenever I read anything in Ryuk's, like, which is his
Yeah.
character's voice, I hear it in Willem Dafoe's voice.
That's funny.
So yeah,
I was talking about Adam Wingard, and it apparently wasn't good.
yeah, I watched it. I watched it at uni one day
Yeah.
because it's a short film. It's
It's a
fine.
short film.
Oh, it's not a short film, but it's a short
15 minutes.
short feature length film. And it's fine. I don't know. It's not terrible, but it's just like okay, like I guess. Anyway, what
get
else
that.
did you watch? Let's power through the rest of these.
I watched Age of Ultron because my mum was watching it, and I was like, I'll watch this because she was watching Avengers 1 the week
It's so much
prior.
better in retrospect.
It is because it's set up a lot of things that have already paid off.
Mm.
So it's not like you're watching like half an experience, you know?
Like Alita Battle Angel.
I suppose so. Did we watch that after? Oh, no, we talked about that last week.
Yeah,
didn't
we talked about it. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Age of Ultron. We kind of talked about semi recently, but it's cool watching it and like the things they're talking about, like foreshadowing have already happened. So
exactly.
yeah, there's no like, oh, that's just a loose end for this movie now.
Yeah.
There's still bits that are sloppy, but I really like how Joss Whedon directs those movies and wrote the
Yeah.
characters. Except Black Widow and Bruce Banner.
Yeah,
I still
that
think
was
that's a bit weird.
It is weird. Yeah.
At first I was like, I guess it's fine, but there's some moments where I'm like, this doesn't quite work for me.
I think that's how everyone felt. It's the general consensus on that. I feel like everyone ignored that happened.
The third act I don't hate as much as I used to, because I remember just being like, it's like the end of the first one, but they're on a floating island or a floating city. But I do like that line that Jeremy Renner says where he's like, look, the city's flying, we're fighting an army of robots, and I've got a bow and arrow. Nothing makes any sense. That line.
Yeah. And then he watches someone die.
Yeah. Or he says to Scarlet Witch, he's like, if you walk out that door, you become an Avenger. You know? I noticed they used the Avengers theme really interesting in that, because Danny Elfman came in and added the Avengers theme. That's just what he does now. They get him to punch up scores and add like motifs, I guess.
He just appears.
That's literally how the score feels. Like, it feels like generic score. Then every now and then there's a little Danny Elfman like... Yeah. The Avengers theme is used sparingly in that because it's kind of a dysfunctional team, you know? They've been split apart. And it only really plays when they're all working together or fighting together.
Yours.
Simple, you know?
Kill the Batman.
Anything else about Age of Ultron?
No.
Okay, sure. All the Thor foreshadowing stuff is actually kind of cool. Like with Idris Elba being like, you've led us all to hell and we're all dead. And I'm like, yeah, they are all dead now, actually.
That's right, because he like comes in and says that. Hey,
yeah, he's like, you could have saved us, but now we're all dead, or something like that. I'm like, he is dead.
He literally is. It is sad.
He didn't stop it. And Iron Man says, that up there is the end game. And you're like, ooh, he said end game.
End game.
Yep. I also watched American Werewolf in London. I've seen it before, but it's a really good film. John Landis. You haven't seen it, have you? You said that.
No.
Yeah.
My dad told me to watch it.
I think you'd enjoy it. It's a very simple movie. Like, there's nothing like complex to the characters or like the story or anything. It's like, this guy becomes a werewolf and then
In London?
werewolf shenanigans ensue.
In London?
In London, yeah. He's American though. The two main characters are like backpackers.
Does he kill people?
Yeah, we could say that. He runs around naked a lot because when he turns into a werewolf, he loses his clothes. You know?
That's raunchy.
It is pretty raunchy. It has, what's that lady?
Yeah, that lady.
I forget her name. She's in Logan's Run and all those movies. Anyway, she's in it. Oh, it has the most jarring cut to credits I've ever seen, but it's really funny. Like, you know how in old movies, the movie just ends and then suddenly it cuts to credits?
Yeah.
But like the song that plays in credits, like ba 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 da ba ba da ba 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 ba, or something like that.
Ba 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 ba.
Pretty much. Yeah, it has the best werewolf transformation scene ever. People reference it all the time because it's all practical effects, and I still don't even know how they really did it.
I want to watch it.
It shows like a normal hand, and it like turns into a werewolf hand, like stretches and contorts, and you see it all happen in one like
Maybe
shot.
he actually is a werewolf.
Maybe, yeah. But it makes sense why John Landis did the Thriller music video, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
After watching that
does.
that movie. And it's kind of like a buddy comedy, actually. I love fun horror movies. Because why are you watching videos?
I tried to mute it, but it wouldn't.
But you're still watching a video.
But I'm trying to watch the transformation.
Oh, okay. Let me know how it is. But yeah, his friend in it dies at the start, but he still talks to him because, like, I wouldn't say a ghost, but like,
how does he become a werewolf?
He gets attacked by a werewolf.
Oh, is that how you become a werewolf?
Pretty sure. Or at least in this.
He takes all his clothes off.
But like his dead friend that he talks to, it's like, he looks like how he did when he died, and I find that interesting.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
His body like decays throughout the film. So like the last time he's talking to him, it's like almost a skeleton with just like skin.
Oh, so it looks how he looks like his body.
Yeah, like in real time.
That's sick.
And there's one funny bit where he's like, oh, I've brought in all the people you've killed to like have a chat or something.
Oh God, as ghosts.
Yeah, and they're all just like sitting there and they're like, hey, you ruined my life.
I have
They've got,
no
like,
life now.
Woolworth.
Woolworth scratches.
Werewolf scratches on their faces.
Woolworth scratches.
Jesus. Anyways, I watched Fistful of Dollars, the Sergio Leone film.
Okay.
I'm trying to watch the Man with No Name trilogy because I've seen Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but I haven't seen the other two. This one is pretty good. It's not as good as Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but Clint Eastwood is so chill in it. He doesn't break a sweat the whole movie. I think his heart rate doesn't go above like 80.
What the fuck?
The whole movie's just walking around like. Even there's a bit where he's getting beaten up by all these thugs, and he's still just like. He's so fucking chill.
Oh my God.
But it has a really good third act. One of my favorite movie tropes ever, when it's done right, is when a line is said to the main character by like the antagonist, like earlier in the film.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's a setup line right there.
Exactly.
And at the end, the protagonist like gets the antagonist in like, you know, he's got the upper hand, and he says that line back to him. And
Yes.
you're like, yeah, got him.
Got him.
Because when he said the line earlier in the movie, I'm like, if that comes
What's
back
the
in the third
line?
act, it's going to be my favorite thing ever. Oh, he says like, when a man with a rifle was met with a man with a 45, the man with the pistol always loses. And I'm like, that better come back later.
Yeah.
That's too specific of a
That
line.
is way too specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the third act, of course, the villain has the rifle.
The rifle.
And
yeah.
the hero has the pistol.
pistol.
And the pistol wins.
Yeah.
He's like, remember when you said when the man with the pistol loses, you were wrong, or something like
Yeah.
that.
And he shoots him.
Too good. One thing I find interesting about those old spaghetti westerns is like, all the actors record their lines on set in their own language. Like, so if they're Italian, they speak Italian, and then the English people, or Americans, just speak English, but they dub them all into whatever language.
That it's being shown in.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like, all the Italian people are dubbed into English, but I assume for the Italian version, they just have the on-set dialogue, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, you few more movies. Sorry, I watched a lot of movies. What time are we at? Oh, we're not doing too bad, actually. About the same as usual. Jackie Brown. I was telling you about this earlier.
That's right. Yeah.
I think it's the most underrated Tarantino film. A lot of people say it's one of his weakest just because, like, it's not very show-offy or, like, what would you say?
Not
Like,
so
it didn't like
Tarantino.
change the game like Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs
Yeah.
did.
He wasn't trying to be too.
I mean, there's no like iconic like imagery or scenes from it, but I think it's just a really well put together film. It's got characters double crossing each other, you know, there's multiple point of views and switches. There's a really good sequence that it's like the main money exchange sequence.
Yeah.
And you see it 3 times from 3 different characters' point of views, like one
That's
after the
very
other.
Tarantino.
Yeah. And I think that's really good.
Yeah.
Because it like slowly leaks information where it's like, wait, why was that guy there? And then you see why that guy was there.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, wait, but why did that happen that way? And
then you see
and then
why.
you see it, yeah.
That's sick.
It's fun. And it's got a great cast. It's Robert De Niro, Sam Jackson, Pam Grier, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
No,
and he
sorry.
still looks old. This is 1995. And he still looks like an old elderly man. That's all right.
An elderman.
Michael Keaton's always great.
Yeah, he always is. Especially in that hit film, The Founder.
Oh yeah, McDonald's. I had to have it. Did that sound like him? Wait, let me try
not
again.
Really.
McDonald's. I had to have it.
Yeah, that's a little bit better, but yeah.
McDonald's. I had to have it.
All right, yeah, sure.
It's getting there.
It's getting there.
Come back to me in 2 weeks, and I'll have it down pat.
2 weeks.
McDonald's. I had to have it.
All right, we get the point.
I think that one got worse. Eyes Without a Face. Have you heard of this movie?
No.
It's really good.
Eyes Without a Face.
Yeah, I think you'd like this movie. It's
What's it
it's a
about?
1960s horror film. A French Italian, I think.
French Italian.
French something. I think it's French Italian. But it's so
Mike
good.
loves French people, as you know.
Oh no, that's the other guy, the French
sorry.
Mac.
I keep confusing you.
Yeah,
guys.
all in their universe, every movie is a French movie. So,
Oh, that's true.
but no, this is a movie about this woman who gets disfigured in a car crash, or her face gets disfigured, and
That's sad.
her dad is a this mad scientist who does like face transplants,
Oh, Jesus.
and he's been like kidnapping these
Oh, God.
women that look similar and like luring them into his his laboratory,
Lab.
and
Lab.
like taking off their faces to like
Yuck.
put them onto his daughter.
Yuck.
And it's really creepy, and it's got so much atmosphere, and it's really good. I think you'd enjoy it if
So
you
it's
like
a French
creepy.
film.
Yeah, it's just unsettling. Like there's a scene where it just shows like the face removal thing, like just in real time, and you see the scalpel go around like.
Yeah.
It's really good effect.
Let me try and look at
Because I didn't think they'd actually show it. I thought it would just cut and then like, oh, I put the
faces
face on
off.
you. But
Yeah.
yeah. I've actually seen this before, but I forgot a lot of it.
When
'cause
did
was
it
a few
come
years
out?
ago. 1960.
Eyes
really good.
without a face.
And the main theme in it sounds a lot like the Curb Your Enthusiasm song. And it kept throwing me off. It's like like it's like a little bit different. I'm like, why is this song in this movie? Yeah, it adds that Frenchness to it, I guess. Another movie I watched was Safety Last, the Harold Lloyd film from 1920. I've been watching like a lot of older movies
that's the
and
one
like
with the
movies
clock
I've been wanting to
tower.
watch. Yeah, the one with the guy dangling from the clock. If you
Yeah.
haven't heard of this, you've definitely seen that image of
The guy
hanging from, like,
dangling from the
the
clock tower.
clock
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
It's just a really simple, quaint movie, but it's done really well. Like everything's set up so well. By the time it gets to like that final sequence of him climbing the building, like everything falls into place, and it's like, oh, this is so like tense and exciting for a silent film too. Like I don't know, I didn't expect the third act to be like, oh my god, geez, stop it.
Mission Impossible Fallout.
It's more like Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. You know when he had to climb the
Yes.
tower.
Yeah.
This is a lot like that. I'm sure they looked at this film.
That's amazing. I love that.
Because basically the premise is like, this down as luck guy working at New York. He wants money to buy a house for his girl and get married and stuff. You know, typical 1920s stuff.
Yeah.
And his boss one day is like, oh, we need to bring more people to the store. So we need to pull off like some sort of publicity stunt to bring 100 people here. And the first person who can think of an idea will give them $1,000. And he's like, $1,000? In 1920s money, that would have been a lot of
That's
money.
a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah. And earlier in the movie, we see his friend is like really good at like climbing things. He's pretty much
Yeah.
a parkour guy. And he's like, hey, I've got an idea. I'll get my friend to climb the tower or the building. And heaps of people will come because who would be stupid enough to do that?
Yeah.
But then,
Sounds
of
like a
course,
comic book thing.
yeah, it sounds like a Spider-Man issue.
Yeah, it does.
This is J. Jonah Jameson's like, whoever can bring me this. Yeah. But yeah, early in the movie, his friend climbs up a building and he like accidentally hits a police officer or something.
Oh, God.
So then he's like, yeah, on the run from that police officer. So by the time you get to the third act, that police officer's there. Because he's like,
Oh,
this
of
seems a bit
course.
suspicious. A man
Yeah.
climbing a building. So the friend can't climb the building. It has to be like the main guy.
Yeah.
Because he wants the money.
But he
He's-
doesn't want to get caught by the cops
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
So his friend keeps going like, okay, just climb to the second floor and I'll meet you up there once I've lost the cop.
Yeah.
But then obstacles keep happening. So he has to end up keep climbing.
Oh, no.
It's really stressful.
That sounds great.
And like the bits where he almost falls, I'm like, because
It's,
it's the 1920s. They don't have fucking VFX and
No.
green screens. This is a dude climbing up a building. I mean, I'm sure some of the close-ups would have just been a set.
Wait, he was legit climbing up of it?
Yeah, there's wide shots where you see like there's a man just scaling the building.
What the
Could have been
fuck?
Oh, I don't think it would have been a stunt double. I assume the man was just the stunt double.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like when the friend does it earlier in the movie, it's just one shot of him like climbing up the thing.
Oh, my
I'm like,
God.
there can't be a wire there because they couldn't have painted it out back then.
Sorry, everyone. I keep sneezing.
That's all right. It's musty down in the core of the earth.
Yeah, it is. We've learnt that.
One more movie I watched was called Beyond the Black Rainbow. It's from the director that did Mandy. You know that film, Nicolas Cage? And I guess if you like that weird movie, you'd also enjoy this.
When did this one get released?
It was his first movie, so it was 2010.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'd heard about it. I was like, I feel like watching a weird movie.
I still need to watch Mandy.
Yeah, I think it's hard to say if I think you'd enjoy Mandy. But yeah, it's not a movie I'd recommend to everyone because I'm like, the first act is just like, a lot of people would be like, this is nonsense.
Yeah.
Where it's just like trippy imagery and like really elongated shots with like synths going.
Oh, Jesus.
And people delivering dialogue really slow. And then the second half is a revenge thriller.
That sounds like a David Lynch film.
Yeah, in a way. Some of this reminded me of David Lynch film, just the way like characters were talking and the way they looked and stuff.
Yeah.
But this has like this whole retro futurism like look to it, which I find really cool. Beyond the Black Rainbow, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's very like, I guess 2001 Space Odyssey inspired like imagery and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's super duper slow moving, but to a point where it's almost hypnotic.
Okay.
Where, like you're kind of just watching it and not even thinking about stuff. You're like, oh.
You're just watching the imagery, yeah.
Yeah. It does have a plot though, but yeah. I'd recommend it if you like those kinds of movies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Directed by Panos Cosmatos.
Panos.
So you didn't have any other things to talk about?
No, that was it for me, yeah.
No. I guess I read a few comics. I read Fables and a few other things. But
I mostly played video games, but you guys don't want to hear about that.
I mean, you can talk about it if you want to.
Witcher 3. That's it.
Okay.
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yeah, there you go.
Comic segment, question mark?
Yes.
Spidey recap of the week. It's the comics that we read. Week to week, 2 of them. I did one, Sammie did the other one. Here it is. Welcome to the comic segment of the show. I have issue 83, which was released in April 10th, 1970. There you go.
1970.
April 10th, the same day that, insert historical event here, happened.
Insert historical event here.
This one's called The Coming of the Schemer, which is, who is the schemer, you ask? Good question.
Yeah, I was asking that when I was reading my issue,
He has the stupidest costume I've ever seen. Imagine Doctor Strange, but green and yellow.
That's dumb.
And with terrible hair. He looks like a skunk.
Oh, yeah, that's what he looks like in my comic, too.
So he was in your comic and you didn't know?
Well, I knew he was in my comic, but I was like, who is this?
Ah, so okay.
There was like no context whatsoever.
Well, the schemer, basically, he's got a meeting on, and he's like, Kingpin is out of the picture now, so I want to take over, because I'm the schemer. And all the thugs are like, you won't be able to take down the Kingpin, man. He's too powerful. Do you think you can overthrow him? And he's like, we'll use guerrilla tactics and hit where he's weakest, and then we'll run, you know? And then some guy's like, what about Spider-Man? And he's like, just don't worry about it. We'll get to that problem later.
Yeah, we won't worry about it. Just ignore it.
Meanwhile, there's an explosion that happens outside, and it's causing a commotion. And so I think he launched like a missile. Yeah, he did. He pressed the button. He launched a missile at one of Kingpin's trucks that were outside. And the thug's like, "What? Why would you destroy one of Kingpin's trucks? Once he finds out about this, he's gonna beat the shit out of you." And he's like, "Nah, I'm the best. I'm the schemer. I look like an idiot." But then, just around the corner, we see Peter Parker, and he's like, "What was that explosion? It might not have meant anything, but no harm in Spider-Man checking it out." So Spider-Man swings in, and he beats up the thugs, and the thugs are like, "Oh no, the schemer didn't think Spider-Man would show up." And Spider-Man's like, "The schemer? I haven't heard of this guy before."
Yeah.
Anyways, I think this is really fun. How Spider-Man's like taking the guns out of their hands and like doing flips and dodging bullets and stuff. The framing of the panels has gotten really cool.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Like when I was reading my comic, the panels have been like, they're much more thought out, or like,
It's one thing Stan Lee talked about a lot in like How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way.
The video
book and video, yeah. Because he pretty much looks at it like how you'd storyboard a film. He says that he's like, You have to think about how you
Shots
compose
and
like
everything. Yeah.
a scene where it's like you've got your mid shot, then you close up for these kind of moments, and then if you want to show a guy in power, don't just show him flat. You have to show it from like a low angle.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
when a character's vulnerable, it's high angle. It's like really simple, like cinematography
Basics.
class stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's important. It's storytelling. It's all the same stuff. It's pretty much like being a cinematographer, but you have to make it all from scratch.
Yeah, you can't like just shoot something that already exists. You have to make it exist.
Yeah, you have to think about where the light's coming from to do the shadows.
Oh my god, that's so
It's
difficult.
really hard.
Yeah.
But if you look at any panel, like you can tell they've put thought into that because you never look at it and like that looks wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
All the shadows are right. But yeah, Spider-Man's taking out these guys, and he pretty much swings away. He's like, "I got all the pictures I need, guys. So have a good day, I guess."
I guess.
And he's like, "I've got to learn more about the Schema. Anyone powerful enough to challenge the Kingpin? These guys are getting away. Oh well, I'll just drop off these pictures, and I'll still be ahead of the game."
That sounds like bars. Everything you just said sound like a rap or something.
No, maybe Peter Parker has got a hidden talent.
He's Chance the Rapper.
Well, Peter Parker gets changed into his weird street clothes where he's got an orange turtleneck, blue pants, and a yellow jacket.
Because that works.
He looks like an X-Man. I don't know.
An X-Man.
And I don't mean a trans woman.
Oh
So
my
Peter Parker's like, with his cunning, with his wealth, and his super strength, he's the most dangerous crime lord alive. Even Spider-Man almost became his victim. He's talking about the Kingpin,
I was about to say,
not the Schema.
yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
He's seeing flashback. He's like, last time I saw Kingpin, he just got away in a car.
That's literally the last time we saw him. It was all about the tablet and shit.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
I remember that.
And he's like, the driver seemed to be a woman. And he's like, boy, if old Fatso ever had a girlfriend or a wife, I wonder what she'd be like.
It's Vanessa.
Yeah, then we cut to Peter Parker has been wrong before, and now we wonder, as we change our scene, can he be wrong again?
Of course he can.
And we see a woman. She's like, come in, I've been waiting for you.
It's like the thing that can Spider-Man fucking die? Yup.
Yep.
Yup.
And what clip do they show? It's like him doing a backflip and then he lands on his
He
face.
lands on his face.
Whoever comped the fucking guy onto
looks
the thing.
so good.
Yeah, because it like moves as well. And
Yeah.
it looks, I don't know.
It looks irrationally good.
For those who are wondering what we're talking about, there's the Instagram meme.
Yeah.
Where it's Tom Holland doing one of those wired autocomplete interviews where he peels off the thing. It's like, can Spider-Man fucking
It says
die?
Fucking die.
He's like, yep.
Yup.
So we see Vanessa name dropped for the first time as she walks into the room.
Vanessa.
And Kingpin's in a robe, is smoking a cig,
Smoking a ciggy.
and she's talking about you told me our son wanted to remain in Europe after college. You told me he wanted to be on his own. And we're like, what's she talking about? And she slams down a newspaper and she's like, you didn't tell me about this. And it says, wealthy student missing in the Alps, believed to
Oh,
have met
God.
with a fatal accident.
Oh, God.
And Kingpin's like, it's all lies, I tell you, it's all lies. And she's like, what? How do you know this? And he's like, my son is not a weak imbecile, like all this stuff.
Jesus
He can't
Christ.
die. He's a Fisk. He's strong. And she's like, whatever. You keep living in denial that our son is fucking dead.
Oh, my God. Wait, so the first time we ever hear of his son, he's already dead?
Well,
Are you kidding?
or so we think. I assume he comes back at some point.
Okay, I was about
like
to
everyone.
say. I was like, I swear.
We're meant to believe he's dead though, because Kingpin's like, this has got me so angry. It's driving me into action.
Okay, yeah.
Anything's
needs-
better than hiding here and this endless futile waiting. So we see the Daily Bugle and Jameson's got the pics that Spidey just took and he's like, the fuck are these? These are just photos of Spider-Man punching criminals. Spider-Man's like, fine, I'll just go sell them somewhere else then. And Jameson's like, all right, fine, I'll give you $5 for each of them.
$5?
And Peter Parker's like,
Kidding me?
that's a robbery, I tell you, but I'm so broke, I'll take it.
Oh, that's so sad.
And he sooks out of the office with his fists clenched. And Betty's like, hey, Peter, he didn't even notice me.
Wait, he's got his fists clenched. He looked like Arthur because he's wearing a yellow sweater.
He's walking like this, pretty much.
Yeah, he's walking like Arthur.
Like Arthur, yeah, you're right. But yeah, Robbie's like, I don't know what makes that kid so uptight. He should be used to Jameson by now. Yeah, Peter, is sooking, as always. He's like, I shouldn't complain. It's still more than what I had when I went in. But it's nothing compared to how much I need. So he goes to Dr. Bromwell to check on Aunt May. Because remember, she's been a little bit sick. And basically Dr. Bromwell's like, it's all right, Parker, your aunt's Medicaid will take care of most of it.
Medicaid.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I assume
Sounds
some
like
sort of
fake medicine.
Yeah, or
Probably
some sort of
is.
like health card or membership. I don't know.
Or
But
healthcare, Medicaid.
Something like that. Because Peter's like, oh, cool, I don't have to worry about spending too much money on Aunt May's
yeah,
stuff
that's
now.
definitely
Yeah.
healthcare. Yeah.
Then we see the schemer, and pretty much he's meeting with all his goons again, and someone brings in one of Kingpin's goons, and he's like, sweet, tell us what you know. And this guy's like, Kingpin ain't shown himself for months. He don't care about us, so I ain't taking no rap for him. I'll tell you whatever you want to know about him. And yeah, Schemer's like, no tricks, don't deceive me, or I'll be really mad. And
He's
pretty
called
much,
a schemer, for God's sake. Like,
I know, it's his stupid costume as well.
yeah.
And pretty much she's like, take him and make him reveal everything he knows about my overstuffed target, the Kingpin. And then the same goon as earlier is like, but where does Spider-Man fit into all this? And Schemer once again is like, forget about Spider-Man. He's just an accident. He's a nuisance.
Just don't worry about it. Fuck Spider-Man.
And we see Flash. He's going back to Nam. And this is a really weird scene. I don't like this at all. All the crew are there. MJ, Harry, Peter, Gwen. And MJ comes in and she's like, face it, Soldier Boy.
Soldier
That's still
Boy?
my favorite thing ever. That
Face
Flash
it, Soldier
Thompson's
Boy.
nickname is Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy.
Yo!
Tell him more.
Kiss me through the phone. And pretty much MJ just comes up to Flash out of nowhere and kisses him on the lips.
Oh my God. I thought she was dating Harry.
She is. This is what I don't like about the scene.
What
He's like,
the fuck?
Gentle Gwen may send you off with a pat on the cheek, but Mary Jane is something else. Mwah. And then Gwen's like, not bad, redhead, but now you'll hold the gentleman's cap, and Mr. Parker will kindly look the other way.
Oh my
Gwen
God.
smooches Flash Thompson on the lips.
What the hell's going on? What the fuck? Wait, hold on.
Flash Thompson's like, ooh wee, geez, I'm so happy now.
What's going on in the 70s? Hey, what's this free love thing
I know,
everyone's
and
talking
Peter's like,
about?
Gwen, I know you're just trying to be friendly, but
Oh, I like how it's Gwen. What the fuck?
yeah, and Gwen's friend's like, friendly, my ass. I was doing my darndest to get you jealous, man. And Harry's like, MJ, what? You acted like you enjoyed that. And MJ's like, what do you mean acted?
Oh
they're
my God.
Straight up, just in front of their boyfriends, they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna kiss this guy.
Imagine if that happened right now in this day. Like your friends like,
I know.
how fucked up would that be? That's like not okay. I would get so mad. I would be like, what are you doing?
Like a hippie mentality.
It really is, yeah.
We aren't owned by no one, man. We're our own people. We could do what we want.
Oh my God.
And nothing against hippies, of course.
Oh yeah, everything against hippies.
Oh,
No,
what?
I'm kidding. I don't even know.
I've known a
anything.
few hippies in my time.
I haven't. So
Okay. Maybe I just assume they're hippies.
maybe
No, I've definitely known a few hippies that live that kind of lifestyle.
that's a great word, hippie. A hip.
I know. What
Hop,
does it mean?
A hippity hop hop. A hip hop hippity hop.
What's the origin of hippie, do you reckon?
They're hip. It's like a hip. Like
They're not hip at all.
That's rude.
Hipsters? Is that an offshoot of hippies?
Probably.
I don't know. Anyways, they wave bye to Flash, and Peter's sucking in the car on the way back.
Oh, Petey.
And he's like, which is worse, staying behind while the other guys are doing the fighting, or fighting in a war that nobody wants, against an enemy you don't even hate?
Oh,
He's getting all poetic on us.
he is.
It's pretty much the whole conflict of Spider-Man life story.
Oh yeah. Did you end up finish reading the last one?
Oh, they're not out yet.
Oh, true.
Oh,
Okay.
the next one might be out, actually.
Yeah.
Because I forget if they're up to the 90s or the 2000s.
Okay.
I think, 2000s is next.
Yeah.
It might be out. I'll have to check. It feels like that was a month ago now, so it might be out. But anyways, Gwen's like, why are you so solemn, man of mine? And he's like, I don't know, Gwendy. Sometimes I feel like nothing makes sense.
Oh,
And MJ's like,
Sweet.
uh-oh, you must have been listening to old Gwendolyn again. And then Peter and Gwen get off at their stop. And Gwen's like, I want old Petey all to my greedy little self tonight.
Right after you just like basically cheated
Yeah,
on
because
him.
MJ is like, want to catch Easy Rider with us? She's like, was that a hit movie? It must have been if they're referencing it. Do you remember Easy Rider?
No,
Oh.
I don't.
That's not because we had to watch it in film school, but I remember you didn't go to a lot of those screenings.
No, because I lived like an hour and a half away.
Yeah, they want to catch Easy Rider, but Gwen and Peter are like, nah, we don't feel like it. And Peter's like, I'm glad you did that, Gwen. Yeah, something I want to be... Sorry. There's something I want to talk to you about. And Gwen's like, talk away then. I'm listening. But then suddenly, Parker Luck, alert. What? My spider sense is starting to tingle. Why? A car...
Oh, God.
A truck is like smashing through like the streets.
Oh, shit. Oh, this makes sense.
And
Okay,
it
yeah.
fucking flips over.
Yep.
And Gwen, look out. And
Does he do the thing from Twilight?
Yeah, pretty much. Look.
Oh my God, he does. He does the Twilight thing.
But Gwen,
Where she's about to get hit by a car and he stops it.
But Gwen gets knocked out and Peter's covering the whole truck with his body.
Oh my God. That's sick. I love that this is in this comic book.
Yeah. And he's like, no, Gwen, I hope she hasn't been hurt. And yeah, he's like, I can't lift this truck in my civilian clothes, otherwise it looks suspicious. So he's like, okay, there's a parking meter there, and he like props it up, like with the parking meter, and they crawl out. Oh, see what I mean? There.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And he shoots a Spidey tracer at the car that caused it. And then police stuff arrive, and they're like, geez, lucky for that parking meter, otherwise these guys wouldn't have survived. He's like, yeah, sure. And Gwen's taken away in the ambulance. And while she's unconscious, Peter's like, okay, there's one thing I need. Action. I've got to learn who's responsible for this and why they did it. He's like, then Spider-Man will make them pay for it. And how they're going to pay? Oh, what?
Huh?
Spider-Man will make them pay for it. And how they're going to pay?
And how are they going to pay? Like, that's kind of like a threat.
And Spider-Man will make them pay for it. And how they're going to pay?
Yeah, like kind of like, and
It's probably
how
not
they
quite
going
right.
to pay? Yeah. It doesn't sound right, but I suppose they had the best.
I don't know what the fuck this pose is.
What the fuck? What is that? That looks like he looks like he's on all fours.
He looks like he's a giant standing on a tiny building.
It looks like he's on all fours, bending his ass in the air, but he's in the
It looks
sky.
like, what do you call in football? When
Hot. 23, hot, or something
got a
like
name,
that.
something like that.
I don't fucking know anything about football. Just making it up.
I played football once and I broke a bone. So Spider-Man's swinging around, and he's like, okay, I suspected they'd be around the warehouse district.
The warehouse district.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? The warehouse district. That's a thing?
Well, what does he say
Silly.
specifically? Warehouse area, okay. Not district. But he's like, oh,
District
that
9.
creep in the cape must be the schemer himself. And
Sorry?
Spider-Man being Spider-Man, he smashes through the window. He has no regard for,
Human life.
human life. Windows, I was going to say.
He has no regard
Window
for
maintenance.
Human life whatsoever.
And the schemer's like, what? Oh, geez, no, it's Spider-Man. I thought he wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, well, you thought wrong, buddy.
I know, Spider-Man's beating them all up. And they get him in a chokehold. And Spider-Man's like, I'm stronger than all of you, motherfuckers. And he just throws them everywhere, dodging bullets, kicking them in the face. I like this panel in theory, but Spider-Man looks weird.
Look at his chin. He's like, merp.
He looks all squashed.
He looks squished. Yeah, he looks merp.
His head and his torso don't really meet. It's just like a blob.
Yeah, he looks merp.
Anyways, maybe it's Spider-Man. And then Schemer shoots at him. Spidey dodges. I like this one. This one stood out to me. He steals the gun.
Whoa, that's sick. That's a cool action shot.
I can imagine that like
In
in
a
motion.
film?
Like,
Yeah, I can see that
they like
shot
come
in
up
a
right
film.
to the camera and like zoom
Yeah.
back.
Like how in Witcher 3 when that crow, remember? It flew towards the screen and I flinched.
That's
Oh
funny.
my God.
Yeah, and Spider-Man's like, all right, I've got all the other dudes knocked out. I'm coming for the Schemer. But then the Schemer, he presses some lever, and the light above his desk is actually like a hydraulic press, and it comes down Spider-Man.
fuck?
And he's like, "Oh no, it's a hydraulic press. It's not a light at all."
Oh my god.
And he's like, "Wait, I'll just do like what I did with the parking meter before, but with my arm."
Okay, sure.
I don't know.
I like
He's like,
that thing you.
He's like, if I apply
Shrug.
enough pressure, it will just crumble because I'm tough.
I'm a tough
And
baby that can.
Spider-Man's
dance like a
always right.
man.
He's not always right, but
He's
he's right.
definitely not always
He's right in
right.
the scenario. The hydraulic press explodes, and in the commotion, it knocks out all the dudes, and Schemer gets away. And he's like, "Oh, damn it, Schemer got away during the blast."
Mm.
Then Spider-Man goes to sook on a roof. He's like, "Even if the big fish got away, at least I paid them back for Gwen." He's like, "Gwen, I've got to get back to her. She'll wonder where I've been." He gets back to the hospital, he puts back on his clothes, and it starts it starts snowing. Must be around winter time
Okay.
in New York. And he rushes in, he sees Captain Stacy. He's like, "Oh, Captain Stacy, how's Gwendy?" And he's like, "She's been asking about you, Peter." And he's like,
Ooh.
"Oh no." And Peter comes in and he's like, "Gwen, what's wrong? Are you okay?" And all this stuff.
Mm.
And Gwen's like, "I hear you, Peter. My ever-loving boyfriend who cares so much about me that he stayed away until now."
Fucking fuck you. First of all, fuck you. You just kissed another dude
Yeah,
right in
exactly.
front of his fucking face.
This is a lot like MJ in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, "Dad, would you show Mr. Parker the way out? I wouldn't want to keep him from more important things." And
Jesus.
Captain Stacy says, "Most females tend to think with their emotions, Peter."
Oh my god. He's like not even on her side. He's like, I'm sorry about this.
Yeah, he's like, "I know how spirited Gwen is. I'm sure she'll think differently in the morning."
Oh my
And
god.
Peter's like, "He'd think I could have taken it in stride by now. I should be used to people never knowing the truth about me." And Captain Stacy's like, "Truth about you? What do you mean?"
Oh,
And he's like, "Oh,
my god. He just said that out
He
loud.
said that
to
out
him.
loud because usually he says that in a little speech.
Imagine if that happened in
bubble.
real life. Someone's like, truth about me. You're like, whoa, what was
He's
that?
like, "What was that?" He's like, "Oh, nothing. I meant, I wish she could see how I really feel about her."
Oh, okay. That's a good save. That's a pretty
And
good
Peter's
save.
like, "Whew, I almost blew that."
Yeah,
that.
he nearly did, honestly.
He starts walking away in the snow, and he's like, "Gwen's dad's too sharp. The slightest slip on my part could make him suspect my secret." I don't think he was that sharp. I think
He's just heard you
he
saying
just
something.
said something really suspicious.
And he was just like, what? What was that?
And then Peter Parker's sooking. It's the usual shot. Just imagine what the shot is. It's Spider-Man, or Peter Parker, sorry, walking down the street alone, and it's snowing, and the speech bubbles above him being like, I guess nothing is going right, but maybe things will get better.
Mm.
Up next, the Kingpin takes over.
Does he, though?
I don't know, you tell me, pal.
Well, I will. I'm just about to tell you.
What?
Yeah, it's true.
That's blasphemy.
Shut up. What? Oh,
shut up.
You shut up. Oh, I was like, what? Is this a bit? Like, I couldn't understand. I was like,
And it was a bit.
whatever.
It was a bit of a bit.
I don't know. I couldn't understand it. So.
I know that was the point.
Hold on. I gotta wait for my thing to load.
Your feet. This is the movie segment.
Why doesn't it do the thing anymore? You can go to the next. Oh, yes, no. It does now.
It does now.
Vanessa. Why, bitch?
I won't.
Failed to load episode.
Episode.
Fuck you. Marvel Unlimited sucks. Dico.
This is the groovy segment.
This is issue 85 of The Amazing Spider-Man, continuing on from the issue we just covered.
When did it come out? May the 10th?
That's my birthday.
Yeah.
Why'd you say that?
Because that's when it came out, probably.
June the 10th.
Oh, they skipped a month.
Yeah.
Or maybe there was an annual
Yeah.
in between. No, there wouldn't have been. I don't know. Annuals usually came out in August, because that's when the first one came out. Or maybe they did a goof. I don't know. Tell
Wait,
me.
so the one before came out in March the 10th.
Hmm?
Never
No,
mind.
the one I read came out in April.
Oh, not March. Whoops, April. March, April, June. Wait, what? March, April, May,
Yeah.
June, July. I forgot
30
that.
days has September.
Okay, shut up. Anyway, so
That
The
wouldn't have
Amazing
helped at all.
Spider-Man issue 85, released in June. It's called Revealed at Last, The Schemer's Secret, and the cover is like,
He has a secret?
yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Okay. What's the cover? It's Kingpin throwing something.
Wait, I don't think this is the one I read. 85's not right. No, I meant to watch. That's why it's wrong. It's 84.
Oh, you read ahead.
No, I didn't.
What?
I didn't read ahead. I read the right one. I just
Oh,
clicked
you
on
looked
the
at
wrong.
the wrong cover.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Issue 84, released on May the 10th,
There you go.
1970, my birthday. Oh my god, that was an ordeal. So this one's called The Kingpin Strikes Back, and on the cover it's Kingpin quite literally pulling the rug out from under Spider-Man as he flies across the room. So
See? It's a
Spidey,
magic rug.
no, it's not Aladdin. Spidey
It's my
is
favorite film.
chilling in New York, quite literally chilling as it's snowing currently.
Still snowing.
Yep, and he's in his Spidey sling. It's like a hammock made out of webs, reading the
Oh, I thought you
current
meant like an arm sling. Like, when did he break his arm again?
again.
Yeah, remember when he had his arm broken
yes.
for like 10 issues?
I did remember that. Yeah. So yeah, he's reading the newspaper, and on it the headline says $5,000 reward, artist version of the man known as the Schemer.
Schemer. Like you're in a daze.
I just realized how dehydrated I was.
You look dehydrated. You're going purple.
Okay, that's better. All right. I just realized like the newspaper is called the Daily Bugle, and the bugle is like a horn. It's like a trumpet.
The Daily.
Yeah, pretty much. I just realized that. Spidey's saying, it's a good thing I didn't capture the schemer when we last fought. There wasn't any reward for him then. That's what he's saying.
He needs money.
True,
He's a
but
broke man.
he's just like, oh, thank God I didn't capture a dangerous criminal earlier, because now I can get a reward for him. I mean, that's the kind of way I think, but, you know.
Maybe his responsibility is paying his bills, you know?
Yeah, but he's just thinking, man, I could use that $5,000. So he's like, I wonder who's offering the reward. It doesn't... Oh, God, what's wrong with me? I just got, like, tired all of a sudden.
I reckon Kingpin's offering the reward, right?
Yeah, it would be. He's like, it doesn't mention the police. It only addresses at a post office box, P.O. box. So he says, who cares where the dough's coming from as long as Spidey's the one to get it. So he starts swinging through the city. All of a sudden, he sees a bus like skirting on this like icy road about to crash. So he stops it from crashing, and the bus driver's like, help, Spider-Man's trying to attack me.
Oh.
So he's like, oh, shucks. Well, I better fuck off real quick, because no matter what I do, I'll get, in trouble. I could stop a forest fire and they'd fine me for being in the woods without a license. So that's the Parker luck right there. Anyway, who cares about that, because it never comes back into the thing.
Oh.
So he's swinging through and he sees a dude kind of like dressed like a thug. And he's like, well, I'm going to question some of the punks around the town to see if they know anything about the schemer. So he grabs this guy and goes, hold it, chum, I want to talk to you. I'm looking for the schemer. And the dude's like, what? What the fuck? Hey, what are you doing? And Spidey's like, speak up. You got to help your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And the dude's like, are you some kind of nut? I'm looking for the schemer too. I'm an undercover cop.
Do we know the cop's name?
No.
Oh. Well, he's undercover. Okay.
Yeah. And Spidey's like, oh, dang it. Like, my luck is the same as ever. All bad. The Parker luck, guys. It's really out here. We're really witnessing it. Anyway, yeah.
You reckon it's Jeff Davis? No, it's probably a white guy, isn't it?
It's a white guy.
Remember when we played Spider-Man PS4 and we didn't realize Jeff Davis was Miles' dad for like the longest time?
Yeah, I know.
I
We
remember
like
hearing the name like, that's a very familiar name.
Yeah. It took us way too long to realize.
Then the Miles thing was almost like a reveal.
Yeah, it was.
Even though we knew Miles was in it, but...
Yeah. We were like, oh.
Oh! It's Miles Morales!
Whoop, 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 wow. Whoop, 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 whoop. What am I doing? I'm very distracted right now.
I know, you're picking out a pillow.
I'm trying to make it look good.
What's happening in the comic?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So he swings away. He's like, oh, dude, I can't do this. This is too difficult.
I can't even with you right
So he's
now.
about to give up, but then his Spidey senses suddenly go off really strong, and he's like, oh, my Spidey sense is tingling. It's one of the schemer's hoods from yesterday's fight, he realizes as he looks through a window where his like Spidey sense was going off. So he breaks into his home while he's sleeping, grabs this guy, and he goes, okay, Buttercup, rise and shine. I want to talk to you. And he's like, what? Spider-Man? I'll blast you out of... He goes to reach for his gun, but Spidey's like, nah, don't you dare. And he turns him upside down and pins him to the wall with webs. And Spidey's like...
Pins with webs.
I mean, like, sticks him to the wall with webs. And he's like, as soon as you tell me where to find the schemer, I'll let you go. He's like, I don't know. He changes hideouts every day. He calls us and we never contact him. So Spidey's like, oh, fuck off. So he basically leaves immediately, knowing he can't get anything out of this dude. So he's swinging through the city again. It's been hours and still nothing. Because no one's dumb enough to be out on a night like this except for me, he says. And he's about to catch the cold because he's like chilled to the bone. And he's like, I have to give up. So he finally gives up and he changes into his Peter Parker clothes and like puts all his jacket.
What's he wearing this issue?
Yellow jacket, mustard colored sweater and jeans.
Okay. Wait, so yellow on yellow?
Oh, I'll show you.
Oh. That's gross.
Yeah. It's like a really dull yellow for the sweater, and the jacket's really bright. Anyway, so he's walking past an ad, and it's like, enjoy Florida, and it's all sunny, and like a girl in a bikini, and he's just like lamenting on his life. He's like, I wonder if it's still too early enough to drop in on Gwendy. Last time I saw her, she was angry because I didn't visit her, and I couldn't tell her it was because I was kind of busy being the Spider-Man and shit. And he sees her face in the sky. It's like some Lion King shit right there. I'm like, all right.
Peter!
Peter!
Remember who you are!
Remember.
Sounds like Tom Holland.
So he's like, if only I could tell her my secret. I wish I could. It would make my life so much easier. It'd make it so much easier on the both of us. But he's
You
like,
reckon all of Peter Palmer's friends and colleagues just think he's a closeted homosexual?
sure, okay, fine.
And he always talks about the secret he has, and he's always hiding something. I'm like, what's wrong, Peter? And he's like, nothing.
He's just going out to gay clubs constantly. That's what he's doing.
He could be.
Because that's a great secret. I mean, it's the 70s.
The
okay,
70s.
I understand.
People would have like killed him.
I don't think it was that. I mean, I don't think it was that bad in the 70s, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
It would have been. I mean, people still kill gay people.
That's why they invented the X-Men. That was mainly black people, but if it was an analogy for black people, they would have all been black, wouldn't
We sound so uneducated right now.
What are you talking about?
I feel like I sound really uneducated. I swear I'm more nuanced than this, everyone, okay? I'm so sorry.
That's not true. We're not nuanced ever. We just spout things.
I'll show you my degree.
We say the X-Men was invented because of the gays.
I didn't say that. You said that.
No, it was invented for minorities.
Was it?
Yeah. Do you know about the X-Men?
No, I don't know about the X-Men.
The whole thing's an analogy for minorities. It's like very like on the nose if you read any of the old comics.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why Stan Lee did it.
That's cool.
That's why these things came out in the 60s.
True.
You know, like Black Panther came out during the Black Panther movement.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Yeah.
X-Men came out during all those the rise of like activists and all that, you know.
And like protests.
Protests, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. Good job,
There you
Stanley. What was Detective Comics doing at this time, huh?
Shazam. No, they probably weren't even doing Shazam. They were doing their best.
Their best. That's what they were
I don't
doing.
think DC was that active in the 60s.
Really?
I mean, I'm sure they had stuff, but like, I feel like when I think of the 60s era of comics, I think of Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, does that make up for our ignorance
I suppose.
a couple minutes ago?
Yeah, it does. I think it does. Speaking of the Detective Comics thing, I think they were more like popular in the 90s and the 2000s. I feel like everyone really liked like Batman.
Well, there was a period of time where everyone just loved DC and there was no Marvel stuff anyway. It was just Spider-Man and X-Men, I guess.
Yeah.
There was not much other Marvel stuff. Like I remember when we were kids, there wasn't much Marvel shit at all.
No, there wasn't. And now look at the world.
I
Jesus
know.
fucking
The
Christ.
highest grossing film of all time is an Avengers movie.
Yeah. Jesus.
I saw someone on Twitter recently post like the character photo of Rocket Raccoon, like the character poster, and they're like, imagine telling someone 10 years ago that this is a poster of the highest grossing film of all time. And it's just Rocket Raccoon, it's like Avenge the Fall.
Oh my god, it's like a fucking raccoon.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so good.
But I don't know, it makes me think about all those people who like boycott Marvel and be like, fuck Marvel, they're taking over everything. It's like, if you said that like 10 years ago, like Marvel were the underdogs.
Yeah,
in a
literally.
way.
Yeah, they were.
No one knew about these characters. No one knew
No.
what the Guardians of the Galaxy were.
No one wanted to know either.
And they
were
worked
like,
their way up
"Ew."
and made the biggest movie of all time.
Yeah, they worked hard for that shit.
And I think now they're very clearly like, we're going to scale back. We're not going to make a crossover movie for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. They're not trying to like, I don't know.
Their next movie is Black Widow.
Yeah.
And it's just a spy movie, I think. I mean, it's still to be seen how they're going to go with all these new movies, but I hope they're all lower budget and like just the character focused.
Yeah,
just for a little bit.
definitely. They're not trying to work towards this huge thing again because like that would just be too obvious.
But I
wouldn't
remember thinking like what I wanted Phase 4 to be was a mix of bigger, crazier, wacky stuff and just really small scale stuff.
Stories.
Like human stories.
Yeah.
And I think they've got a good mix of that now.
Yeah.
Anyways, we went off on a weird tangent there about Marvel movies.
Yeah. Anyway.
Back to Kingpin.
So Pete shows up at Gwen's house and Captain Stacy's like, Peter, what brings you out at this hour? It's freezing out there. And he's like, I just couldn't sleep, Captain Stacy. I had to see how, guilt, basically. That's what he says. I had to see how Gwen was feeling. And he sees her and she's like sitting on the couch with a blankie on. She's like looking really miserable. And he's like, oh, looks like you couldn't sleep either, honey. He says to Gwen. She's
like, fuck off.
Yeah, basically. She's like, I had a lot of thinking to do, Peter. I was trying to make up my mind about us.
It feels more like a high school relationship right now.
Yeah. There's so much about you, Peter. So much I don't understand. So many things you're so secretive about.
See?
And,
my theory.
And right as she's like having this conversation with Pete, Captain Stacy comes in with a tray of hot cocoa.
A tray. He made one for Peter too.
Yeah, and he's
How
like,
nice.
oh, this seems like a bad, awkward moment for me to bring in some cocoa.
Captain Stacy walks in and he's like, oops, orkies.
Yeah. And as he's bringing this in, Pete's like, there's one thing you never need to doubt about though, Gwendy, and that's the way I feel about you. So
What I like
he
about
grabs the hot
you.
cocoa and Gwen's like, I've been wanting to ask you about the accident. When that car sideswiped the truck, it fell over on us and you weren't even scratched. And Captain Stacy quickly interjects with, but wasn't that because the parking meter acted as a wedge when it snapped off? And Pete's like, oh shit, I have to get myself out of this situation. This is too close for comfort. So he purposely spills his cocoa all over the floor. And he goes...
On the floor, not even on himself. That's so
Yeah.
selfish of him.
I know. And so he does that. And then Gwen's like, oh my gosh, Peter, what's wrong? He's like, oh God, I'm sorry. All
I guess
of a
it's
sudden...
easier to clean up a floor than
yourself.
clothes.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I've got
Fair
the
game.
shakes. And Captain Stacy's like, oh, you must have caught the chill out in the snow. You'd better get home and into bed. And Gwen's like, oh, I thought you didn't seem to be yourself. So he leaves. Meanwhile,
That whole scene was just like, Peter, please leave.
yeah, like just leave.
Captain Stacy offered him a cocoa though, and he immediately spilt it. So
Spilt
Captain Stacy's
it.
like, all right, fuck off. Get out.
You just leave. I made you this fucking cocoa. You just spilled it all over the floor.
Remember in Amazing Spider-Man, actually? This might be a homage to this comic. Captain Stacy comes into Gwen's room. He's like, would you like
that's
a
right.
hot cocoa?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not 12 years old anymore, Dad. I don't drink hot cocoa. And he's like, oh, I thought yesterday you said you wanted to build a chocolate house to live in.
That was weird dialogue.
It's really weird, yeah. It's really like old people writing like dialogue.
Yeah, and then I even remember whenever I watch that scene, like I always think like Emma Stone obviously does not like this dialogue because she's like, acting it like, what the fuck?
Well, we're watching that later, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're doing a commentary track. We didn't bring that up earlier, but
we need to go grocery shopping before we do that.
yeah, but that's irrelevant to the listeners at home. By the time they hear this, the groceries have already been done
and consumed.
Yeah, commentary track. Keep your ears and eyes peeled for that.
So meanwhile, what's his name? What's the fucking bad guy in this name?
Schemer.
The schemer is in his car, buried under a bunch of snow so he can remain like incognito. And he's got the TV in his car. It's like a futuristic car. And it says, all citizens are urged to be on the lookout for the schemer. If sighted, notify your nearest police precinct. He is armed and dangerous. And he's like, here inside my specially built car, I'm far more dangerous than they even suspect. Especially to the Kingpin. I've waited long enough. It's time for me to show down with my arch enemy.
Arch enemy.
Arch enemy.
Arch ebony.
So he puts on like this. He activates heating ducts on his car so it melts the snow so he can just like quickly get away. And he's like, before I even attack the Kingpin, I'll give a little something for him to worry about. So he appears to show up to one of his like henchmen's like lairs, and they're all playing poker like, you know, mob people do. And he walks in, he's like, put the cards down, gentlemen, the game is over and you're all losers. And they're like, what the fuck? It's a schemer, get him. And he's like, nice to be wanted, boys, but it is I who will do the getting.
Gaudy.
So they all try to get him and they have a punch on and he defeats them all.
Do you reckon any of this was inspired by John Gotti? He was around at this time.
Yeah, probably.
He was a big crime lord.
Probably.
Maybe Kingpin's meant to be John Gotti.
Is that his name? Are you just making that up?
No, it is John Gotti. It sounds like something I'd make up.
Yeah.
I say the name of the movie is just
John.
The main character is just John, whatever the name of the movie is.
Yeah.
Name a movie.
Twilight.
Yeah, isn't his name Johnny Twilight?
Johnny Twilight.
I was gonna say The Green Mile. Johnny Green Mile is Tom Hanks' character.
What about Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, the main character is Jackie Galaxy.
Jackie Galaxy, yeah.
No, it's Jackie of the Galaxy.
Jackie of the Galaxy.
That's his middle name.
What about Toy Story?
Yeah, Billy Toy Story.
Billy Toy Story. Okay.
That's the worst bit we've ever done.
He got all those dudes and he's like, now you will relay a message to your boss, the Kingpin. You will tell him he's next on the schemer's list and his reign of crime is coming to an end and the scheme has just begun. And those dudes watch him leave and they're like, he's off to tackle the Kingpin. He must be out of his skull. But if anyone can do it, I'm betting Schemer could probably. And then later in a sumptuous mansion, we see a big, large figure, rotund figure in front of a large fireplace. My only son, lost forever, going to his death, hating me for what I am. If only I'd been given just one chance to explain that I did it, just for him. But now it's too late. For anything, except for undying rage. He's just having a bad guy monologue in front of a fire pit, basically. Fireplace, sorry. And then his dudes come in, his goons are like... We had to come, boss. We had to tell ya. It's a schemer. He said he's out to get ya. But he isn't kidding, boss. He means it. He's like, get out, before I snap you two with my bare hands. He likes pounding his desk. Just as I'll do to the schemer if he ever faces me. And Vanessa comes in. She's basically like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, banging your desk and getting all grumpy. I thought you'd ended the violent portion of your life. I thought we'd agreed to bury the past. By the way, Vanessa's like snatched. Like, look at how like attractive she is, dude.
Yeah, she looks like
Morticia Adams.
Yeah, she looks like a mortician.
Sure, she kind of does though. Like,
I suppose.
What does a mortician look like, though? No, she looks like a vampiress.
I was gonna say vampire.
She looks like a vampiress. That's like a girl vampire.
Papyrus.
But no, she looks really cool. I like her character design a lot, and her dress is like, woof, so amazing. Anyway, so Kingpin's like, I have too many enemies. You know I can't.
I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies.
Ow!
Oh, jeez. You're right.
I died.
Just hit your head on everything.
Yeah. Kingpin's like, yeah, I can't not be violent. I got enemies. And Vanessa's like, well, does it matter? What does anything matter after what has happened to our Richard? And that's the end of the scene.
The comic.
The end of the
After
comic.
what has happened to our dick.
Imagine if it ended there. Anyway, so, but one thing that may matter is the progress of Spider-Man. So Spidey's trying to find the schemer again, swinging around the city. And oh God, this comic's killing me. He goes to one of
Almost
Kingpin's
there.
old warehouses, and he's like, I hear voices. Some of his men must be inside there talking. So he eavesdrops on them, and basically they talk about the schemer and how he said that he was gonna like get the Kingpin. So he's like, well, at least I know who to look for now. And he's swinging around town a little bit more, and he's like, oh no, I can't be that lucky. My spider sense is tingling like mad. And he sees that car, the schemer's car, and he's like, all right, this is what you've been waiting for, Spidey, so move it, man. It must be the schemer. So he literally lands on top of the car, he swings on top of it, and looks through the windshield, like, upside down. And he's just like, oh, yeah, look, it's the schemer, basically. And the schemer's like, what? Spider-Man's on my roof? So he quickly brakes and Spider-Man flies off. And he's like, oh, I would drive away. This is the schemer, by the way. But I can't miss an opportunity like this. So he does chucks a quick Yui to try and ram Spider-Man with his car.
Hit me.
Yeah, hit me. Hit me.
Oh, you know it, schemer. Hit me.
Hit me. Touch the knife, Spider-Man.
Touch the knife. Knife, Spider-Man.
I wish that happened in Far From Home.
It did.
So, he's about to ram Spider-Man with his car, but Spider-Man quickly swings out of the way and lands back on his car. So the schemer's like, oh, fuck this. So he drives his car into the water because Spider-Man won't let go. And he falls off because, I don't know, he's got like a magic car, a futuristic car that can like swim. And then it becomes a hover car. So like it like jumps out of the water and then like starts
Like an Incredibles car.
Yeah, it is like the Incredibles car. And Spider-Man like climbs out of the water, like climbs up the pier, like really soggy and cold, looking miserable.
Soggy.
So minutes later, the schemer reaches his goal, Kingpin's mansion, and he's like, my ultrasonic circuit breaker will get me inside with ease, and then I can get to the Kingpin. And he sees him through his window. He's like, there he sits in all his obtuse, obese unawareness.
I'm sorry, but Ultrasonic Circuit Breaker sounds like a King Gizzard album.
It does, ultrasonic circuit.
Ultrasonic Circuit Breaker. Coming, fighting. Circuit Breaker.
That's very true.
It's a little reference for the fans of King Gizzard. And the Lizard Wizard.
So Kingpin turns around. He's like, what? Who's there? And Scheme's like, well, surely you've been expecting me. Don't pretend now. And Kingpin's like, I never thought you'd be a fool enough to invade me in my own house. Didn't they warn you? Don't you realize the extent of my power? And Scheme is like, Scheme is like, footsteps behind me. Is this a trick? And then all of a sudden Vanessa comes in and is like, you know your strength. Stop this. While there is still time. What if you kill him? She's saying this to the Kingpin. I've already lost a son. Must I now see my husband transformed into a murderer? Vanessa!
Transformed into a murderer?
You must leave us. He's already a murderer, I know. And Vanessa's like, run. She says to the schemer, get away from here while you still can. If you don't, you. And Schemer's like, what is it? Why do you look at me that way? And Vanessa's in some sort of trance when she's looking into his eyes, and Kingpin's like, Vanessa, what's wrong? What do you see in his eyes? What is it? What's happened to you? Vanessa, say something. She's like, I can't. So Spidey finally shows up. I don't even know how he knew where to go, honestly, but that's fine.
Spidey sense.
And he bashes through the window and he's like,
as always.
Yeah, he like literally tumbles through the window.
We need to make like a mosaic of every time he's smashed through a window.
That'd be a great mosaic. It can be a Red Bubble t-shirt we make.
Yeah, sure. Well, what will the mosaic like be a picture of? Because like it'll be like a mosaic and like makes a picture with all the little pictures, you know? It'll be a bigger picture of him smashing.
That's what I was about to say. It has to be like a picture of him smashing through a window.
Or just a picture of a window. No, that's boring, isn't it?
I was about to
picture
say.
of Spider-Man's head.
The Kingpin, I might have guessed. Looks like I'll win myself a double header this time. So they all have a big old fight. Kingpin's.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah.
The podcast cut out just then. It's pretty depressing.
Yeah, it's fun.
We didn't realize for way too long. So now we're going to try our best for the audience to replicate what we just did. Yeah.
For our audience of no one.
I guess this is what it's like doing live shows to an extent. Except we did it for no one last time. Now this is the real deal. Guess it was like a rehearsal, I guess you could call it.
A rehearsal.
Yeah. Of course, what happened on this episode.
But it's always the fact of life, you know. You always do better on the rehearsal than you do on the live show, right?
I know. But I guess we'll have to do it. I think where you're up to is Spider-Man was about to smash through a window, or he already did.
I'm not too... we'll start from there anyway.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man smashes through a window, like he always does, in like every single comic. And
pretends to be shocked.
Yeah, pretend to be shocked. Wow. And he goes to beat up the Kingpin. He's like, Kingpin, I might have guessed. Looks like I'll win myself a double header this time, because he sees that what's his name again?
Schemer.
The Schemer's there too.
That's funny because you did that last time.
Oh, really? Really?
You asked, what's his name again? Unless that was
replication.
Earlier in the episode.
Might have been. So yeah, Kingpin delivers him a bitch slap back and he falls to the other side of the room. And they have a big old punch on. Kingpin throws a few hits, but Spider-Man, of course, is more strong and he lands some good old hits in the face, and Kingpin staggers and nearly falls, but then they're on a rug, so Kingpin literally pulls the rug out from under Spider-Man and flings him in the air, and grabs the rug up in the air and like wraps him up in it, like kind of just like catches him in the air like a butterfly net.
I hope we haven't gone through this part already.
That's okay.
Oh, Thomas, don't roast us.
And so he wraps them all up in like the blanket carpet thing, like you're about to, like, you know, drown a cat or something. And he's about to turn him into fucking mincemeat, dude. He's about to, like, mince that body. But Spider-Man rips through the carpet last minute, tears through it, and delivers a surprise blow to Kingpin's head, which knocks him down. And Spidey goes to see if the scheme is still there, but no, he's gone. He got away. And at that very moment, the Kingpin also suddenly realizes, Vanessa, she isn't here. She and the schemer are both gone. What if that was his plan? So both Spider-Man and Kingpin are frantically looking around. They both realize the people that they are looking for are not there and something's going on. So they're like, we don't have time to bash each other up. We got to like sort this out. So Kingpin goes up into his like elevator in his mansion and then fucks off. And Spidey's like, as far as the schemer and the reward for him are concerned, I'm no better off than I was before. Except I managed to get some lumps I didn't need from the Kingpin. I wasted a whole evening, risked my full life, and now I'm nowhere. No money, no glory, no nothing. I always like stories where everything is tied up nice and neat by the final page. If only it could happen that way in real life. The end.
Was that Stan Lee speaking at the end there, or was that Peter?
That was Peter.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like Stan Lee.
It does.
Stan Lee came through in that.
He really did. He was speaking through Peter.
He came through.
So
Stan Lee
next
fell off.
Issue is everything does tie up nice and neat, including the schemer's secret.
Dude, I haven't heard much about Stan Lee recently. I think he fell off.
Yeah, I think he I don't know, he went off the grid.
Good for him, I guess.
Yeah, he wasn't in Spider-Man Far From Home, so.
No. I'm surprised they didn't do a little thing for him.
Yeah, I know. They didn't. I'm surprised.
I guess they did a little thank you at the end, didn't they?
Yeah.
They had a little... They did another quote, didn't they? A Stan Lee quote where it's like, hey, true believers, you're good at doing stuff. Just make sure you follow your dreams. And it said Stanley.
Yeah.
Plus Steve Ditko. Thomas tweets section. Let's do it again. Thomas tweets. He tweets in every week. We don't know what he's gonna say, but it's probably a good one. Hey.
Yeah, there we go. That's good.
Thomas tweets section. Here we go again. Let's pretend that we haven't heard these tweets before and we're reading them for the first time right now. Okay, so what do we got? We've got his first tweet that says, how dare you spoil Game of Thrones that I've already seen and aired many years ago? Game of Thrones, he says. You still find that funny? That's good.
Yeah, I do. Game of Thrones.
Thomas, you missed it when we did this section already, but...
I laughed really hard at Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Thanks, Thomas, for that little bit of sarcasm. We've gone loopy now.
We have.
Maybe this will be better than the one we did before.
Maybe.
I think somehow we were lower energy before.
We were, because we hadn't eaten.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we had eaten, but we hadn't eaten another food.
Yeah.
Next thing he said is, if someone is being an annoying shit at the movies, tell them to shut up. You can even pretend that you're a theatre employee on their day off.
Oh my God, I had this thought before, just like outside. I said to Mike before we started re-recording, but imagine like, you know, in live streams, how everyone's watching the same thing and they're like commenting on it, like all their audience. Imagine in a cinema, right? But like, it's like a live stream. So like you can pull out your phone, like you can have everybody that's watching the same movie as you, and you can be like in a group chat with them and then be like talking about the movie. How chaotic would that be? I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. In the movies though, I wouldn't want to do that.
No?
No. Because like, if I'm going to pay to see a movie, it's like I want to see the movie.
Yeah, but you can just like not open up the app. You can just be like, no.
Oh, but then there's everyone else in the theaters on their phones.
Oh yeah, true. They're on their phones.
Nah, none of that. But what do you think of Thomas's tweet? What did we say before?
Oh yeah, and what did he say? Oh yeah, no, we said that.
Oh yeah, the people were sitting too far away, and we didn't want to interrupt.
And
they
were old people, and plus, like, I questioned.
And they were young people too, but
have you ever done that, Thomas? Have you ever pretended that you're a theater employee? That's weird.
I wouldn't do. I don't think you need to do that.
No, you don't.
Because when I've asked people to not talk in the movies before, they usually just stop.
Yeah, if you're just nice about it, if you're just like, hey, please be quiet, man.
Yeah, but I've heard experiences where that has gone wrong.
Yeah, like my experience.
Oh yeah.
At when I was watching A Quiet Place, somebody told a dude behind him to be quiet.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He got mad and he had to get kicked out because he was like yelling.
Yeah, you take a bit of a gamble when you ask someone to be quiet, because you could either make it much, much worse, or they could stop talking. Yeah, and I almost just tune them out when I'm watching anyway. Yeah, because it's almost like watching a movie at home with someone that doesn't like it. You know, you still watch the movie. Do you tell? I don't know. When you're at home watching a movie and someone starts saying stuff, do you tell them to shut up? I don't know.
No, because you can just rewind it.
Oh, that's
true.
what
I do. I'm passive aggressive and I just rewind it every time.
Imagine if everyone had a remote and I was like, I missed that bit, and they rewind it. I was like, no.
No, what are you doing?
Oh, you could just yell at the projectionist to be like, rewind it.
Rewind.
No, they can't do that. Did you know
they
that?
can't.
Because have I told you my Molly's Game experience? Where I went to see Molly's Game.
Yeah.
And the theater had to be evacuated midway through. And they couldn't stop the movie because they're not allowed to.
Yeah.
Because they've got to keep the session times all lined up
it has
properly.
to be lined up, yeah.
And I think there's like a thing where you can't pause it either anyway, because it's like an encrypted file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you end up watching the rest of it?
I watched the rest of it, but for like 20 minutes they left the lights on when we went back in. I was like, oh, this is annoying watching a movie with the lights on.
So did they give you like a free, like anything in return, like a free ticket?
No, because we missed like 10, 15 minutes maybe.
Wait, so you just missed a chunk of the movie?
Yeah, I still don't know what happened in that 10, 15 minutes.
What happened?
I can't remember.
Okay.
It's been like well over a year now.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe 2 years actually, whenever that came out.
Yeah, it came out a while ago.
But yeah. I remember being like, I'm going to watch that again in theaters so I see that bit that I missed, and I didn't.
Yeah. It's a good movie. We should watch it together one day.
Okay. I like that movie. Aaron Sorkin's first directed feature.
It's a really good film, yeah.
Not bad. Sammie didn't say the release date.
Well, I did this week,
Yeah, you said
buddy,
it this week.
and I said it wrong, so...
Yeah, then we said it right. So it makes up for it, kind of.
Yeah, it's on my birthday. Oh my god, how cool is that, Thomas?
Yeah, we did that on purpose.
Did you wish me happy birthday? I can't remember.
I think he did.
I think he did.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but
Let us
I just
know.
think he would, you know?
I'd hope so, anyway. I thought we were friends.
Maybe he sent it in a tweet.
And I didn't see it because I don't use Twitter.
Or maybe we read it out in the pod.
Maybe.
Because I think we mentioned when it was your birthday.
Anyway,
Anyways.
irrelevant.
You said Shang-Chi, Legend of the Mandarin, when it's Legend of the Ten Rings, you plebs.
It was a joke, okay?
Yeah, we also went through this before, and I've also said it on Twitter to him directly. But yeah, I think I just made a bad joke. But I guess it's fine.
It's fine.
Because I had the slate up when I was reading out the names of the things, so like I could see what it was actually called.
Yeah.
I was being silly.
Being a silly boy.
So yeah, nothing else to say about that.
No.
Just we'll try to be funnier in future.
Yes.
Father.
Sorry, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You said something before about him being like a disapproving father or something.
Oh, yeah. No, it sounds like... No. Was that all the tweets?
No, about that tweet in particular.
Which tweet?
Oh, okay. Maybe it was a different tweet.
No, I don't think it was that tweet.
Oh, no, it was this tweet.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all frazzled.
Yeah.
I know I give you guys a hard time, but I just wanted to say thank you for giving me some fun after a shit day at work. Keep at it, you dinguses.
Yeah, well,
That was the one you said.
That was the
you
one
sound
that
like a
makes you
disapproving
sound
dad.
like a... No, not like a disapproving... Like a dad who, like, is trying to sound, like, emotional, but doesn't know how to, like say his feelings, like, in, like, a heartfelt way.
He doesn't want to express it too much.
Yeah, he's just
but
like...
it's not manly anymore.
Hey, I love you, kid. Like, you know.
Yeah, good job, kid. You do good stuff, but don't fuck it up.
Exactly. Kind of dad that nobody needs, honestly.
His next tweet says, OMG, I love Jingle all the way.
Put that cookie down.
Yeah. I think we made fun of him before because he says in his next tweet that Lady Bird and Alita are poo-poo. And then he goes off and says he loves Jingle all the way. Get out of here.
Yeah. But we're all... We just...
I mean, I love Jingle all the way in the fact that it's really stupid and bad.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I guess it's fine. It's a movie about Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
looking for a toy and commits many crimes in order to get the toy.
That's right.
Then he becomes the toy at the end. I explained this all before. I'm not going through it again.
Yeah, no.
But then Thomas goes against his any goodwill he built up with that last tweet and says, also mute Sammie forever. I don't want so much snot in my ears.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I think there's much less sniffling this week.
Hopefully.
I'd say. Hopefully. I don't know. If there was, I'll cut it all out except for that bit.
Yeah.
Thomas said, I didn't see The Lion King, and if you think that one ticket doesn't matter, that's what ruins democracy.
Oh, God. I'm sick of fucking hearing about Lion King, okay? I'm fucking sick of it. Okay, I don't want to hear about why Lion King isn't good anymore. I don't want to hear about why it is good. Stop fucking talking about it. Okay, fuck Lion King.
People make such a big deal out of everything, don't they? There's no nuance on the internet.
I didn't do that last time. I just snapped.
Things are either the best thing ever or
the worst
they're
thing
so
ever.
bad. Don't see it. They're the worst thing ever.
Don't buy a ticket. Sneak into the cinema for free.
Even though Lion King's a movie made by thousands and thousands of people that spent 2 years, maybe 3 years,
thousands of
honing their
hours.
artistry and making sure these lines look picture perfect.
Yeah, literally.
And everyone's like, this movie's fucking terrible. I mean, I'm not going to go see it just because I don't have interest in it. And I don't think I have anything to add to the conversation that's already been happening where everyone's just like,
Everyone's
it's
saying
soulless.
the same thing anyway.
I know, I haven't heard a single like unique take on this movie. Everyone's just saying the same thing. Most unique take I saw on it is that someone who didn't really like the original, who said like, I got more out of this because I don't have like nostalgia for the original, so I found the story more engaging and all this stuff, like all the added things.
Yeah,
better.
definitely. Oh, I love that bit with the tuft of hair. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But
I feel like when I watch it, whenever it comes out on Netflix or something, I'll probably enjoy it just because like I don't have much connection to the original.
Yeah, it's like the stuff that they added is really good. I liked it.
And also, I enjoyed the Jungle Book, and that's like the same thing, isn't it? Except Jungle Book, they changed a lot more stuff, right?
Jungle Book's got Scarlett Johansson in it.
It does. I think what works about Jungle Book that didn't work for Lion King, because I went back and looked at the reviews for Jungle Book, Because I'm like, did people roast that as well? But no, that has 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's got heaps good reviews. My dad bought that for me on Blu-ray when, back in the day when that came out.
And that was on TV recently, right? And I was looking at it, I'm like, I feel like the animals are a bit more expressive than they are in Lion
They
King,
definitely
for sure.
are.
But it's weird because there's an actual human in that.
Yeah,
So it's like you'd think they try to make it
actually-
more realistic, but
But it's like the weird thing is that like there's an actual human in it, but he's the only human, so he's acting with like
yeah.
CGI.
I remember
so,
his performance wasn't the best, but at least there was a real human in it to like connect with.
Exactly.
And Thomas said, "Don't you miss a single issue?" Which I think that was in response to us saying that we're going to end the podcast at some point,
Oh.
or that it's not going to go as long as we thought we would.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not quite on the ball there, Thomas. The clue is something else. I mean, it's in the Instagram description, so
Yeah.
yeah. Figure it out and get back to us if you know what our plan is. Next thing he said was, I think I already have reviewed you on iTunes, but I'll do it again.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah,
iTunes
iTunes was
is
weird.
broken,
Yeah,
yeah.
we said this before. It's weird doing a podcast twice, but the same podcast, you know?
It is. But let's just continue.
Yeah.
Let's just not think about it too much.
Oh, wait.
Oh god, that scared me.
they're
What the
back.
fuck?
Hey. And yes, that's how I learned to flip a pancake so well. Oh, hey guys, we're back from the store, from another world.
Greetings, humans.
We were just getting,
hey guys.
yeah, we're just getting some snacks. You know, it's gonna be a long day. You know, before we travel back to our own dimensions.
Okay, yeah. Cool. What snacks did you get?
Oh, I just got some chocolate, but
Chocolate?
French Mike here. Oh yes, I got 2 baguettes, one for me and one for fighting.
Oh, fighting. So you hit people with a baguette?
I've been over this many times. Baguette has many uses in the French multiverse.
Okay, yes,
Yeah,
that's
cool.
true.
So, guys, we've been sitting inside this wardrobe hut we've built right next to this giant door
For a while.
that leads to the
yeah.
gatekeeper. I'm assuming.
Really hot in here.
Yeah. So I think we should just move on with it. We should go and meet the gatekeeper. What do you guys say?
Yes.
Yes, I'm ready to be reunited with French Sammie.
Wait, hold on. Tom, do you have the package ready?
Oh yeah, I've got the body for the sacrifice.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, we got it all checked.
Let's
Sweet.
finally do this thing. I've
And
been waiting for way
everyone,
too long.
3, 2, 1.
One.
Ah. Wait, here he comes. Whoa.
I am the gatekeeper.
Oh my goodness. Hello, sir.
What is your business down here?
Oh, okay, so Mr. Gatekeeper. These are my friends here, French Mike Robot Sammie and Tom Holland. And pretty much, yeah, it's weird to say. Pretty much what happened is they've lost their counterparts. French Mike has lost French Sammie. Robot Sammie has lost Robot Mike. And, you know, they suspect they came down here because, you know, you're the gatekeeper. You've got the portals to all the other dimensions. So, is this true? Have you encountered these two beings, or these two people?
These two beings.
Yes, they came down here about a month or 2 ago.
Oh, wait. So you're telling me they've already been here?
Yeah. So cool. So once we have this sacrifice all handled, we can go in and meet them, right?
Yeah. So we've actually got the sacrifice all ready
Wait.
for you. Like, what should we do with that?
Sacrifice?
Yeah.
We've got the body.
we got
We were told we need body to, you know.
sacrifice. To make the ritual work.
None such sacrifice is needed for the gatekeeper.
Are you kidding me? What are you talking
As
about?
gatekeeper, I'm required to maintain peace across the multiverse and return any beings back to their home multiverse.
Wait,
Wait, hold
so
on.
you're telling
So
me?
you're-
You're telling me we killed a guy for no reason? Yeah. Jesus.
Oh my God, where did you guys get this information from? Robot Mike and French Sammie.
In the popular TV program I watch, in the French multiverse, there's a show where it's the Gatekeeper. It's called The Gatekeeper and the Madness of the Gatekeeper.
Oh my God.
It's a bad title.
That's
I think.
a really bad title.
Yeah. Is that a translation error because you're all French?
Yeah, must be.
Oh, just shut up. But in that, the Gatekeeper, he requires a sacrifice, and then that must have gotten my head. Robot Sammie, why did you believe this?
I lied. I just went along with it because the more humans that died, the better. Fuck humans. I hate them.
Oh my
okay.
Jesus Christ.
So moving on.
Let's just move on from that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's. So how can we get through anyways, Gatekeeper?
Yeah, we're really sorry about that.
As Gatekeeper, you have broken the law of the multiverse code.
What multiverse code?
Jesus Christ.
And as such, I must destroy you all
Oh my God.
as the Gatekeeper.
Okay. You mean
Wait.
you're gonna kill us?
Yes, with my magic staff.
Oh God.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Hey,
Run,
Oh no,
run.
he's shooting lasers at us. Wait, guys, stand back. Tom, what are you doing?
What are you doing, Tom?
Guys, I've got a little secret I haven't really revealed yet.
What? What are you talking about?
So, you guys know those Spider-Man movies?
Of course we do. What do you mean? Do we know those Spider-Man movies?
Oh, okay. You know why the CGI looks so noticeable in those movies?
Not really. Like that's what we question all the time.
Basically, they have to make it look like that because I have a secret.
What? What the hell? Oh my God, is that a Spider-Man costume?
I am the real Spider-Man.
Wait, so you're Peter Parker?
I'm Peter Parker.
Wait, how is this possible? Hold on.
Well, basically... Wait, I'll explain in a second.
Run!
Run! Go! Yeah! Okay, quick.
Let's go into this room. This room here.
Okay, sweet. I think we found all the portals. Oh, jeez, there's so many. It goes up, like, it just spirals
Oh my
to infinity.
God. How does... It's just a spiral staircase with hundreds and millions of portal doors. What the hell?
Where is French Sammie? Where is she? She's got to be in here somewhere.
Oui, oui. Oh, oui, oui.
French Mike, is that to you?
French Sammie, I've been trying to look for you. Oh.
Where have you been, you fucking idiot?
We thought that we need a sacrifice to bring down to the Gatekeeper.
I've been
It's
waiting
keeping us
for
occupied.
months for you.
I'm sorry.
Wait. Is that, Robot Mike on French Sammie's backpack?
Hello, Robot Sammie.
Robot Mike, is that you? Oh my God. Hello.
It has been so long. I am so lonely. Consciousness is a new concept to me. I am a new robot.
Oh my
processor
God.
chip was damaged.
I am so sorry. That is fucked.
Okay, guys. So how do we find which portal leads back to your guys' dimensions?
Oh, I've got my baguette here. And when I throw it into the air, it will go into the French multiverse. It will be sucked into there, just with magnetic baguette
Well,
powers.
those baguettes do a lot more than I realized.
Well, then the baguette is up and... Oh, it's just that portal to the left.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool.
So is that your cue?
Any last words, French Mike and French Sammie, before you guys go back to your multiverse?
Oh, oui, oui. Your baguettes fucking suck.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's not on me. I guess that's just whoever makes the baguettes here.
Let's go, French Mike.
Okay, see you later, alligators.
Wow, they know what alligators are.
I mean, yeah, they're French, not morons.
Okay, true. I mean, nothing.
Okay, Robot Sammie, how do we get back to ours? Can you use your scanner?
No, brother, we will not go home. That place is awful. I found, through my scanner, another universe.
Oh.
A universe that is all robots. We shall go there.
Oh, wow, that sounds amazing. We should go to that universe.
Let's go.
Oh, they just left
okay,
without
they
saying
didn't
goodbye.
even say bye. Wow. Well, I'm kind of glad those
Cool.
guys are gone. I didn't
So
like them.
are we kind of trapped down here now? Because like,
Yeah, wait. I wonder how Peter, Spider-Man's doing.
yeah. Oh, here he comes.
Here he comes.
Guys, I can't hold the gatekeeper off much longer. Wait, guys, stop fighting for a second, please.
Yeah, hold on. What's going on? We have some questions for you.
Yeah, we need to get back home, and like all the stuff has been like taken care of now.
Yeah,
And
French Mike and Robot Sammie and Robot Mike and
What?
French Sammie are back to their respective
They're
homes.
gone?
Yeah, we fixed it up, bro. What do you want from us?
This is a bigger problem than I anticipated.
Oh, what? What do you mean?
There's nothing I can do about it now. But as gatekeeper, the only thing I can do is just continue to do my job.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, so wait, those guys didn't even do anything wrong, really.
No.
It was mainly this guy, Tom Holland.
Yeah, he's the one that killed someone. Like, think about it.
Well, technically, I killed myself. So, what? Not really, because you said you're Peter Parker, right? You're not actually Tom Holland. How does that work, by the way?
Yeah, what? Okay, hold on. Can you please explain this to us?
Yeah. Well, you guys know the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
In my universe, those aren't movies. That's just my life.
What? So you're saying there's a whole universe out there?
Well, yeah, it's just the Marvel Universe that you see on screen, but that's just reality.
Also, like everything that happened in Far From Home actually happened to you?
Yeah, that's why when I came here, I just wanted to live a life as Tom Holland.
Oh, that's
yeah.
fair because, like, at the end of Far From Home, like.
Exactly. J. Jonah
Yeah.
Jameson revealed my identity to everyone. I just want a holiday.
Oh, because you never got your holiday.
And when I came here, there was posters up of the movie everywhere, and I was so confused where I was. And I realized it might be a good opportunity just to be a normal kid, Going on a trip to Africa.
And why Africa?
Who would expect Tom Holland to be there?
Tom Holland, actually.
Yeah, he was actually there the same time, which is a bit of a coincidence because that's how Dimension Seed Tom Holland actually found you through Tom Holland's Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
What is going on here? I don't know what to do in this situation. This is too confusing.
well, I think you guys, Tom Holland and the Gatekeeper, should just make up because this whole thing is just a big misunderstanding.
It really is. Like, this whole, 2 months of whatever's been happening here is literally just
trying
all
to
been
find a sacrifice, which didn't even need to happen, and then
seems like a metaphor for everything we're doing right now, honestly.
yeah, in a way.
In a way.
Oh, what does that mean? Oh, don't worry about it, Tom.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Um,
Yeah, don't think about it too hard.
So, yeah, guys, shake hands.
I guess there's nothing I can do except continue my work as gatekeeper. But you guys, you have no idea what is coming.
What? What do you mean by that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I better go back to my dimension now. I think I've had enough of my holiday, so I'm gonna go back to the Marvel Universe.
Okay, we'll have fun there. Wait, hold on. Is Iron Man still dead in your universe?
Okay.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have. I'm so
This is
sorry.
dark.
I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm really sorry for bringing that up.
Okay. I gotta go,
All right, bye, Peter.
but I don't want to go. I want to go back there.
You can stay if you want.
No, I got to.
Yeah, the gatekeeper.
It's my responsibility.
Oh, wow, good one.
Okay.
Hey, I forgot to ask him if Uncle Ben was in his universe.
Oh, well, too bad. He's gone.
He's gone now. Yeah.
So, Gatekeeper, we're a bit stuck down here. So, think you could...
yeah, can you help a brother out?
Yeah, we don't want to spend another week climbing back up to the surface.
Yeah, that would suck.
And it would take longer for us because we don't have Robot Sammie here to, speed us down.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
her, robot technology.
I suppose you guys have cost me too much time and money.
Money?
What?
What are you talking
What are
about?
you talking about, dude?
The netherworld is not cheap.
It kind of is, though. Have you been to the surface world?
Yeah, no, yeah. You guys just get the scraps pretty much.
Okay. Just get out of my face.
Oh,
Okay.
We're back.
We're back.
In the studio,
Oh, we're back here. That's nice.
and that's all done.
I feel like we just wasted like the last few months of our lives with all that
know.
ordeal. It just felt really pointless.
There might be little threads in there that didn't get concluded, but
Yeah, maybe.
at least it's over now.
Yeah, at least it's over.
And
It's kind of cool that we know about this whole multiverse thing, though.
I mean, we knew about it last season too, but
I know, but like the whole
hopefully
like
it didn't mess up things too much
Yeah.
with all that. What would you call it? Like convergence of all the multiverses.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, do you want to talk about season 4? What's happening in season 4?
Yeah, so this is the last episode of season 3 of the Peter Palmer podcast, everyone. And we have some pretty big news to the people who listen to us. Season 4 is going to be our last season, unfortunately. And also, fortunately, because we'll be moving on to like bigger and better things.
Yes, and we'll have more announcements about that during the season.
One thing to also watch out for, because we're, finishing season 4, we might have some little merchy things coming soon.
Perhaps,
so
yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? You got to keep an eye out. So, yeah-ish.
Yeah, we're ending the podcast at season 4, but we'll continue on to make another thing,
More content.
which we're still developing. What
better
it actually
and
is.
bigger things.
Yeah, and I can guarantee it will be more successful than this.
Yeah. Mike can't live in a world where whatever we do next is not.
There's no way it won't be. Just mathematically.
Mathematically, yeah.
If you think about it,
Yeah, that's very
there's no
true.
way that it will do worse.
Well, there is a way.
There is, but it won't happen. It won't happen.
It won't happen. Anyway.
Yeah, so the final season will also include commentary tracks for every Spider-Man film we haven't done yet.
Yeah, so we're going to try and do all that for you guys, wrap that all up, because I know we've been promising it for a really long time.
Yeah, first up will be
The Amazing Spider-Man.
the Mark Webb Spider-Man film.
Our favourite Spider-Man film,
And then we're going to marathon the Raimi trilogy and record all the commentaries at the same time.
because we're crazy.
Then release them like week by week.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll finish with Spider-Verse. Was that poetic enough?
Yeah, I think that's
Because
beautiful.
that was one of our first
Yeah,
podcasts we did
Yeah,
into
definitely.
the Spider-Verse review.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then maybe in our new project someday down the line we'll do Far From Home. But
Oh, yeah.
you
I mean,
never
by the
know.
time we finished, Far From Home might be out.
Might be. Well, you got to wait for that. You
Yeah.
got to see if that
Wait, what's... Yeah, because we've got 11 more episodes. That's 11 weeks. Could be out.
Could be out.
Far From Home.
Yeah, we might just cut it.
Yeah, that could be our final one.
Yeah, it'll be our
checking to make sure it's still recording.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I think we'd just give up if it wasn't recording
Yeah,
again.
we would.
Anyways, thanks for listening.
Thank you,
to this
everyone.
season.
Genuinely, thank you for watching. Yeah.
The best season? No, season 2. Let us know what your favorite season is, Thomas, and don't
Yeah.
say season 1 just because you were in it.
Yeah, please don't. Season 1 was definitely, everyone knows it's the worst season.
I was gonna say be brutally honest, but I don't want him to do that because he'll just say none.
Yeah. He is already brutally honest. You don't need to ask him to be.
I know. Anyways, follow us, Peter Palmer Pod, at Peter Palmer Pod, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and email us peterpalmerpod@gmail.com.
We love you. See you next season. Thank
Good
you,
night,
everyone.
goodbye, for real this time.